So yesterday a few of us went to visit Metika, our friend on the coast. Had a very nice visit. Lumpur Pasano, Tananjanamaro, myself, Debbie, Sakula, Metika of course was there, and Jan and Barbara and Greg. All had a very nice time having tea and catching up with Metika. It was just noticing so all of us were entering a later life, over 60 for sure, and beyond, and just sort of enjoying that little conclave of aging bodies, but very kind and gentle hearts, and was also noticing Metika is quite hard of hearing, and even with her hearing-assisted device, was having trouble sometimes hearing actually what was going on, and not able to track all the parts of the conversation, but still, of course, quite mentally, she's with it, and when she hears right, she's on target. But just as I was sitting there listening and watching, and the various conversations going around and different things we were talking about, and sometimes it didn't seem like things were making sense or getting through, but just noticing that it didn't really matter. All the words, the concepts, the ideas, the exchanges, all lovely, and all kind of just a manifestation, a representation of what was going on a lower level, or a deeper level, I guess I should say, in people, in the heart, and just kind of surveying the room and just feeling and noticing and experiencing the goodness that was like the common thread underneath all the words and talk and ideas, concepts, just the goodness that was underlying the whole tone of the room, informing the whole tone of everything that was going on. Just reflecting on the disadvantages, of course, of aging, are the loss of sense faculties and eventually probably a lot of the intellectual functioning, what we call the mind base and the 6 bases of consciousness, at some point words and ideas and concepts, conversations, thoughts will deteriorate even further. It's like as we get older and stop making sense, from the old Talking Heads song, and that will happen, but that the language of the heart, as it's called, the language of the heart remains steady and constant, as if we develop it, if we attune to it, if we look below ideas and concepts in that part of the mind, the intellect part of the mind, and use them, ideas, concepts, for what they're useful for. They're useful for describing experience, describing ways that we can access deeper levels of the heart, the affective side of our being, that which causes us suffering, that which causes us freedom from suffering. So we can use concepts and ideas to help guide us there, and we can use concepts and ideas to help store the experience that we get when we access and develop that part of the mind, and retrieve it when we need to. So that's the valuable function of the intellect. But that's about as far as it goes, and freedom and space and goodness, all of these qualities. These aren't qualities of the intellect, these are qualities of the heart. And that is where our freedom lies, in developing those qualities and then relinquishing and releasing from that level of our experience. So we can delight in the mind and in our ideas and our expression of them, but we should be heedful of how we hold them and how we use them, and not take refuge in them. Just use them as a tool to guide our hearts, to guide our true hearts to a sure and safe refuge of freedom. So, leave that for this morning's reflection.